guys, I was asked by a few people about how to draw slifer, so I'm gonna kind of show you how I draw slifers slash long dragons, I guess. So we have our paper here, and you kind of want to just might take a little practice or after you draw a lot, but you kind of want to lay out your dragon, especially since it's slifer. So I'm gonna do like a really cool, like easy one. Like that's his body. Then let's work on the head. I always like starting with the eyes. Oops, sorry. And I guess you kind of want to go along that line I made, or an axis maybe. And Slifer's a little different because he has two mouths, so he's not really that great for a dragon tutorial because his head's a little different. But to get to basically how I can scratch one out from nothing, you want to practice from maybe like official art. Not the card though. The card's just kind of like really sideways, but when I mean official art, I mean like, you know, like picture art and like that one, and there's a and then even other fan artists, they draw the head from like an interesting angle. You can try practicing that, but it's really about understanding like how the dragon's head looks like in 3D in your mind, I guess. So let's see. It's not there. So he has those spikes along the back. Because Slifer's a serpent type, I guess what you call it. You want to make his body like a giant snake, basically. So it's like, give some meat. So if you really want to know how to draw Slifer, maybe look up tutorials for like how to draw dragon, and you see like a serpent type, because that's what he is. He's a big serpent type. It's about here that his arms show up, so he has two little boop spike things, I guess. That's how I sketch really fast. I do a general sense of what I want. I don't spend too much time in the sketch on details. This is why I can kind of draw really fast, but when I get to like line art or something, it'll take a while. His wings are actually very unique. I'll cut off there, but kind of hard to put this in. His legs are like back here or something. Then you have his body wrapped around. You get to see his tail. I'm pretty surprised Slifer didn't come in this year's February V-Jump, because Raw and Obelisk came out in Raw came out in February 2010, and Obelisk came out in February 2009. This year we got Infinity Cubic, which I'm not complaining because, you know, it's a Porteous ace, but, you know, I bet people who don't really watch 5Ds are like, you know. So that's like one sketch of Slifer, I guess. And then if you want to do just the head, I see that's another little head. Yeah, I'm gonna do just the head. Let's see. From the side, this might be a little easier to understand, but he has a huge lower jaw. his journal head outline. And the first row of teeth. Second row. And his forehead jewel is a little behind his eyes. The thing here, sideways view is a little different. And then the back horn thing. Okay, sorry, I'm doing a little sideways so you aren't seeing the proportions right. Then start his neck down here. Shaded belly thing. Yeah, I don't know, just to be able to draw stuff like this from scratch, you have to be able to visualize what you're drawing, I guess, in 3D in your mind. So you kind of like, you can rotate the head and you want. So like this is a side view, I could easily, just as easily do like a top view. And the only reason I can do this is because I've drawn slifer and studied it so much that, like, you know, I memorized most, or if not all, of the details of the dragon. So and then if you're still having problems, or if you want like some other, like here's a down view. A little down and a little to the right. You know, like, etc., etc. Kind of like that, I guess. Didn't really make sense, did it? No. Okay, well, for people starting off, a great way would actually, like, it's always about practicing, and kind of, best thing is to practice from life. So if you actually have, you know, that wig, whoops, he broke. Okay, the slifer figure, you can like rotate his head and like practice different angles from that. If my camera will focus on it. Come on. It will. Should focus any moment. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, if you have the figure, oops, I just beheaded him. Haha, oops. But, so like this would be a top view, this would be a side view, this would be like 3/4, you know, front view, bottom, like that. Just take a toy or a figure of a dragon or anything you have and just practice drawing the top, the side, and all around until you can kind of understand how the thing looks like in your mind, I guess. And then you can basically draw from scratch, like, see, it's like, you know, kind of like, oh, it's a little off. Yeah, see, that's basically how you improve, is practice from real life or use a model. I beheaded him. But yeah, so that's kind of like impromptu slifer. Okay.